All right.
Can I have your name, please?
Eva Longoria.
And what can I put down as your profession?
All right. All right. All right. Bang. Hello. Bang. Now it's okay. Let's see. Let's find out.
Can I have your name, please?
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm a human being, live on the internet. What's good? It's your boy Dan. Solo stream. Mind your boy, learning the ropes. Shouts out to Eva Longoria, getting a little plug at the beginning of this shit. Desperate Housewives. My nephew, when he was a kid, when he was young, when he was like 12 or 13, he used to watch Desperate Housewives, and he'd watched the whole shit on Netflix multiple times. And I remember thinking, that's fucking weird, kid. Why are you doing that? Maybe I should watch Desperate Housewives. I bet you it's pretty entertaining. What's good, folks? Oh, Nerg, Liam, my guys, Ben, what's good? I'm gonna make a little thing on Twitter. Stop. And I'm gonna let everybody know that I'm here, I'm live, and y'all motherfuckers can just ask me anything for a little bit. I was in the watch chat last night, and I feel like people don't know we're back yet. So I was in there talking shit, aggressively talking shit, because we were watching a Don't Flop battle, and I'm not gonna miss an opportunity to shit on if I have one. You know what I mean? We watched Gemini versus Quill. Shouts out to my Ruin Your Day fam. Really entertaining watch. I had beans on toast this morning to commemorate said watch. Did not have daddy sauce. I had HP sauce. All my British folks, they hear that and they're like, oh, he knows what the fuck he's talking about. But the rest of you guys are like, daddy sauce, pause. Big pause on the daddy sauce. Okay, let me just, we live, bang, throw a link in that bitch, say, AMA, you hoes, ... Bang. Okay, cool. Whatever. If they show up, they show up. If they don't, they don't. I don't care. I don't care anymore. This is just for me now. This is cathartic, okay? I spent all my time chasing dogs around. So I feel like this is a fun way for me to relax, blow off some steam, be a part of a community. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being just a weirdo that is chilling. Audio good, video too. Thanks, Ryan. Walked me through this whole process. This is all your boy, Ryan, setting the table. And I just sit down and fucking eat. So salute your boy, Ryan. He's why this shit is happening right now. And he's why this shit is going to continue to happen a lot more in 2024. Reverse Live is coming this week. I don't know if he knows that, but he is. He's coming this week. We're going to podcast. All Day Dirt should be here. I don't know. He's moving studios this week. So I'm going to be helping him move studios. And I don't know where he's going to go exactly. He was saying he might go to LA for a little bit. So we'll see. But yeah, we're here. I'm going to be here. I'm going to chill with y'all for an hour. I got to go to the shelter today. I got to go to the vet today. I got some shit to do. But the thing is, around here, it gets pretty mellow. I mean, the easiest part of the day for me is between like 11, 12, and like 2 or 3. That's when the dogs are they've all eaten. Everybody went to the dog park, and then they just want to chill and sleep for a little bit and not harass me for just a little bit of hours in there. That's about all I get every day. Yeah. Be Nasty was good. Ran into Be Nasty at what was that? Grizz Exam? Is that the name of that event? Grizz Exam over at the Tank Shop. First battle event locally I went to in a long time. I went to go watch Reverse Live versus Next. Did not get to see it. I actually came twice. I went, hung out for an hour, waited for the battle to happen. It didn't happen. I went home because I got shit to do. I come back, hung out for like another hour. Battle didn't happen. Homie, I gotta go at that point. But I heard it was a really good battle. So shouts out to Next. I didn't get to see the Next versus Disaster battle. Has anybody seen that battle? Like, who was there for that? Because that shit didn't come out, huh? And Next is really good. Hey, lady, relax. I got a doodle over here named Lady, so she's pretty dope. But yeah, holler at me. Questions, guys. Let me know. What do you want to know? You want to know what we got planned for 2024? What kind of things we would like to do as far as the channel goes? Counterproductive, still an entity in the world of YouTube and on the internet, I guess. Yeah. Big MMA guy. Yes. No, I don't hate Adesanya. I'm a big Adesanya fan. I don't really have. So I'm a huge MMA fan. I don't really care about fighters' personalities or like what they do outside of the cage, antic wise, interview wise, whatever. Like, that's not why I like the fighters I like. If John Jones is arguably, I mean, not even arguably, he's the greatest MMA fighter in history thus far. Total piece of shit as a human being. Like, both personality wise and like in action, he's a piece of shit. So, doesn't mean he's not a great fighter. And I won't watch every time he gets in the ring. A lot of fighters like that. A lot of people who are, like Adesanya, kind of a nerd, I guess. He just strikes me as like a anime nerd, but he can actually kick ass. And not in a good way, anime nerd, in a bad way, in a cheesy way. But one of the most incredible tacticians in the world. Tons of fighters like that. Colby Covington. I hate Colby Covington, not because he's a douche in real life, but because he's the most boring fighter in the history of mixed martial arts. He's so boring, he had to create a persona so that people would hate him and want to watch his fights. He's got zero power in his hands. Anybody who uses like cardio as a weapon is, oh, okay, so you got no real skills. Not tight. But yeah, love fighting. Don't really care about fighters outside of what they do in the ring. So, Adesanya, easily one of my favorite fighters ever, just because he's had some magical in-ring moments. Yeah. Strickland is funny because like I think he's funny personality-wise too. And usually I don't really care about that side of fighting, but why I like Strickland as a fighter has little to do with his kind of like out-of-ring antics and more to do with him like being able to in the ring push the pace on Adesanya to where in the 5th round he's like, "Come on, bitch," talking shit. Like, that's quite amazing. And I like the idea of like being a fighter's fighter in the sense that like I fight to fight. Like, I fight to train essentially. Like, they don't like the fighting part. I just like the training part, and I like the scrapping and testing myself, and like the fact that I have to get in the ring and do it in front of all these people is less important than just like being in the ring and doing it in general. I think that's tight too. So, okay, I'm getting a text message from my wife. Oh, she wants to know if I want a sandwich. No, thank you. I'm still full from the beans on toast, period. Might shit myself. Somebody had said, that's good for you to eat, Dan, but don't make your dogs eat that. And yeah, I would never dare. Next DDA album. All right. Now, I'm going to put this out there, Andrew, just so you know. DDA, one of my favorite groups. Love it. Love the music. I don't know who that is. It's not me. I don't know. And I'm sure, you're going to say, "Oh, well, I've seen you. It's definitely you. You're posting it on your channel." Whatever. You're lying. You're wrong. I'm denying everything. I don't know what you're talking about. But what I do know is that there is an entire DDA project finished as far as like recorded over all Akosa production. So we got another. So they got another. I don't know why I said we. I don't know who that is. They got another DDA Akosa project coming out very soon, and also a couple singles recorded. Lots of DDA coming in 2024 from what I hear, but I don't know Because that's not me. All right, moving along. Oh, Liam said Strickland would be fighting if he was the last man alive. Yeah, he'd just be like punching a rock, or he'd be trying to fight animals at that point. That's pretty tight. Are you watching any of the new anime? You know what? Not really. I started watching that Undead Unluck one, and I kind of just like it's harder for me to get into uh animes these days. Like, I don't know why. It's hard for me to watch anything really. Like the only thing that I've been watching consistently as far as like uh a show that's out now is that Monarch Legacy of Monsters shit. And then otherwise, like the only thing that's ever on my TV is either Godzilla, like just whatever kind of Godzilla shit or kaiju related shit I just throw on in the background. Saturday morning cartoons, I often just throw on like 90s blocks of Saturday morning cartoons. And then I play a lot of video games, but not like new video games. I'm playing all like emulator shit. I like playing arcade games. I like busting out the stick and playing like fucking Shock Troopers or I like like side scrolling shooters like Area 88 shit like that. It's some of my favorite stuff to do. You know what? Not a lot of thought goes into it. I know that Jujutsu Kaisen is fire. I watched the whole first season. I don't know why it's been hard for me to like get back into watching anime. One day I was bored and I watched all the new Swordsman Village arc Demon Slayer shit, and it was cool. I enjoyed it, but like I didn't really think about it at all afterwards. So I don't know. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I know. Like, you know what I watched, Mandrew, is the fucking clips of the fight scenes on Twitter or YouTube, and that does it for me. Um, yeah, Ben, I like fucking. I think the most futuristic shit that's going down in 2024 is the fact that I could have like a little Nintendo looking thing that has 40,000 games on it. Pretty much every game that was made from like the beginning all the way up to like 2003 or 4. And I mean, obviously it's not every game, but a lot of games. And I grew up hanging out in arcades, never having enough quarters. Marvel versus Capcom was like a big thing with the homies. We used to kick it at the pizza spot and fucking throw quarters up on the thing and try and hang on as long as you can. I like that kind of gaming. It's weird because like when I play, I for years all I played was Call of Duty and PUBG and shit like that, and I would get super frustrated um, when I'd get fucking sniped out or stuck in a box or whatever the fuck. Um, Even when I had fun, I was having fun, but like it was the more stressful kind of gaming process. And when I'm playing, you know, random arcade games that I could just continually press the button and pump another quarter in, like there's no pressure to win or lose. I think I have a lot more fun. I don't get stressed out. I haven't one time been playing any of these retro games and been like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like even when I'm losing over and over again, you get happy when you figure out the pattern and get past it, but I'm not sad every time I get stuck, so. Yeah, the PSP looking retro handhelds, they're sick, bro. It's insane what you can get from China, like from AliExpress. Like you could get one of these little PSP joints that just has everything on it, like, and it's all preloaded. Like you don't have to do shit. You just take it out of the box and then you got your Nintendo 64 emulator and your PSP emulator and your Dreamcast, Naomi, whatever the fuck. Like it's pretty tight. So can I talk about something? I haven't smoked anything in 8 days now. I was Mr. Big Belushi all the way up until midnight on New Year's. Fucking threw away the rest of my trees along with the half a pack of Fronto leaf, my bubbler, all that. Just put it in a bag, cracked it, threw it in the garbage can. I'm done. Still kind of feel weird. Like I'm adjusting to a world where I'm not dog shit high all the time. feel like I got too much energy and not enough appetite, but I'm starting to like get to a place of feeling normal. And someone was like, "Oh, straight edge Dan." No, wrong. Uh I like sparkling wine and I drink that quite often. I've been taking weed gummies so that I don't have dreams because I don't want to have dreams. Dreams are terrible. Some of the worst things that could happen to a person. But otherwise, doing great. Starting to feel like a regular person. Thank you. Not easy, but you know, it's been 7 years for me. Quit weed and cigarettes in 2017. Good shit, man. Yeah. So my whole problem is I wish I could just smoke weed, but for some reason I don't enjoy it without tobacco. And I need to fucking quit smoking tobacco, especially in the way that I was smoking tobacco. It was like, dude, I'm going to get super cancer. And I mean, the damage might already be done. You know, I am 40 years old. So the last like 5 to 10 years of me doing this shit might have already sealed your boy's fate. But might as well, you know, hopefully skew things in a positive direction. Well, this number right here is 444 or something. I'm not answering that shit. I don't answer the phone unless I recognize the number anyways, because I get a lot of crazy calls from people about dogs, and like I need to know what you're calling me about. There was a time when I would just answer and then poof, no, not anymore. Because we're only calling back certain calls. People will call me about crazy shit. And homie, I'm not animal control. I don't got one of those poles with the thing and a truck, and I don't want to get bit, you know? I'm telling you. That's not me. There's a guy who does that. I do dog rescue, but I don't go get bit. They don't pay me enough for that shit. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like it's getting easier. I think at some point I remember, at least with cigarettes for sure, like you quit and then you're just like, "Oh yeah, it's whatever." Like starts to smell gross even to you and you're like, "God damn, I can't believe I used to smoke that." I quit smoking cigarettes in 2009 and I smoked cigarettes from when I was like, you know, 11 or 12 years old, like a pack a day, because I used to be able to buy cigarettes when I was a child. They don't do that anymore. I was definitely one of those kids. I was the fucking kid who was like way too young smoking cigarettes in public. And people would just look at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't see that anymore. You don't see large groups of kids hanging out in parking lots and like being 12 years old and smoking cigarettes anymore. But when I was a kid, like that was an archetype and I was that kid. So, you know, wild. Oh my gosh. Pixie, you said I got into 2 car wrecks and was fired the other day because of it. No. That's no good, Pixie. I hope you're okay. I hope you didn't get hurt in the car wrecks. I mean, losing your job is trash, but um not being physically injured is a plus for sure, especially if you were in 2 car accidents, because that means there's some luck involved. And also, hopefully, you're insured, so you get another car. Sometimes you get in a car accident and you're like, hey, I get a new car. How did this mistake benefit me so greatly? America. Okay. Yeah. Not a vape fan. It does. I was just talking to my wife about this because my wife uses the vape. And she's like, you want to hit the vape? And I have like here and there, but it does not like satiate any of those like cravings that I had in the past. Like it doesn't compare. And it's good because I think naturally some people go, okay, I quit smoking. And then they just start vaping and they're vaping like a lot because they're vaping as much as they used to smoke. But me, it's like, it's not comparable. It doesn't make me feel the same way. Like I don't get the same, satisfaction from vaping that I do from smoking. So to me, it's not like a viable alternative. There is not a viable alternative, which means I'm not going to smoke, which is great because I shouldn't be smoking. Again, I'm fucking 40 years old and I don't want to get super cancer. Oh, Caustic's in here? Where's Caustic? I can't see. I don't see Caustic. What's up, though? I was saying, because people were asking, when is Caustic going to come through? And I said, man, open door policy for everybody, but Caustic of everybody actually has shit going on right now. He's doing gaming streams all the time. They do like fucking real cool shit. And I'd like to come in and talk about that shit because I like video games. So and you can come over here and beat me up on my King of Fighters 13. I'm gonna set up I'm building the ill fucking Switch cabinet. I'm gonna turn one of those arcade 1-up Big Blue Street Fighter things into a Switch cabinet because I got King of Fighters 13, Guilty Gear, Capcom Fighting History. Like there's a bunch of good games for the Switch, and I could turn the Switch into just like an arcade. And to me, again, most futuristic shit in the world. So Caustic, come through, talk to us about video games, and put the whooping on your boy a few times. And I'm just going to be mashing buttons, boy, because I play a lot, but I'm not good. Don't get it twisted. Is that you? Marin? Is that you? Okay. Nice to see you, bud. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't experienced food taste buds changing, but I'll tell you what, I do not have the fucking appetite I once did. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you know what I have that's cool is I have that fucking that Neo Geo stick because I fucking love 4-button fighting games, and you just plug that bitch straight into the TV with the HDMI, and you could tell the difference between like playing like the SNK Neo Geo shit through that versus through the emulators or whatever. But I feel like also like playing on the Switch is fun too. I like King of Fighters 13 on the Switch is like my favorite thing to play right now. So it's the pinnacle of 2D sprite based fighting. So I like that shit. If I could turn that into like an arcade that we could stand in front of, homie, that's what I want to do. But yeah, a real stick for sure. I'd like to get one of those. You seen that little Hori stick I have? It sucks. I want to get one of those. They have a bigger Switch stick, but whatever. Yeah. Samurai Showdown, all that shit. Hold on, watch. Stay put. I'm gonna grab it. One second. This thing right here. It's fucking cool, dude. It feels so good. Ergonomically, very nice. Very nice. I love like I said, I like 4-button fighting shit. Plus it's got all that like there's like a hack for this. You just plug a USB stick in and you can play all the fucking Neo Geo games. And I really like I said, Shock Troopers and Metal Slug. Shock Troopers is like overhead 360 Metal Slug. And I like fucking like the side scrolling, not like 1942 or whatever, not the like Tate. I like the fucking sideways joints. It's therapeutic gaming as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, this thing is cool as fuck. What up? Dude, okay, so when I was a kid, my dream was, because there was one at the ice cream shop, the Neo Geo SNK machine had 4 games on it. It had Bubble Bobble, it had King of Fighters, one of the where you pick 3, it's like the teams or whatever, and the teams are already set for you. You could be like Italy or United States, and it's the fucking football guy and the baseball and basketball guys, whatever. That, and then Metal Slug, and there was like 1942. So it was like everything. You had a shooting game, had Metal Slug, had fighting game, had puzzle game. Like that was always like, man, if I had that cabinet in my house, that would be the shit. And now I'm like, I want a cabinet that just has all of the games ever on it so that I could play all of the games ever, Yeah, sticks do make life better. And it's not like it's easier. I mean, it's funner to play with, especially like the, more of the arcade style games. But I find like, because most of us are used to playing fighting games with a controller, because most of us played more on a controller than we did in an arcade, it's like you have to relearn how to play like that. And I'm probably still, functionally better playing on a controller than I am playing on the stick, but I enjoy playing on the stick more. So, I don't mind losing either. I mean, most of the time I'm playing by myself and just getting my ass kicked by the computer once I get up to the bosses, especially on all the fucking SNK games. I don't know why they make the bosses so hard on that shit. Like Neo Geo Battle Coliseum. I swear I could beat like 3 or 4 matches, and then after that, I'm just getting washed. What the fuck? Yay. But yeah, I had no idea that was even like possible until recently, like the emulators thing. I just don't think I was paying attention to it. And then one day I bought one of those Pandora box arcades, like the actual fucking 2 sticks that you just plug in with the HDMI. And that's when I fucking started diving into that whole world. And I actually built like a little arcade thing, which is what the TV that I'm looking at right now that's mounted to the wall that I'm reading the comments off of was what I was using. It's, mounted to the wall. And then I had built a stand that I was putting the Pandora box thing on. But now, homie, I want a real fucking cabinet. And I learned that you could modify those Arcade 1-Up Big Blue cabinets. Really, any of those Arcade 1-Up cabinets. I don't know if you could do the 4-player ones, but they have this Switch mod that like you buy this Switch stick and it replaces the front of the Arcade 1-Up thing. And then you just kind of switch the input in the back so that it goes to your Switch. And then bang, we rolling. So, and fucking, you can play all old Nintendo games and shit like that too on there. So it's good. Good times. Yeah, bar pong will be making a return because I literally tried to give bar pong to every other like friend that ran a podcast and nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted anything to do with bar pong. I told fucking Ruin Your Day, I'm like, dude, you have rappers come through all the time. If you guys did bar pong, it would be the best. For some reason, they didn't pick it up. No fucking idea why. So, yeah, we'll do bar pong. If nobody else is going to fucking do it, it's, it's one of those things. Like that was always like, it's just something that's happened in the world forever. And then we just started doing it and it got a name, but like the world owns bar pong, we're just going to be the vehicle for it. But please, any other podcast that has a bunch of rappers around sitting in a circle, you should be doing bar pong because it's proven to be entertaining. And when we were doing it like tournament style, when we did it at the event, the one that me and Caustic did, I was just watching that video the other day and it's fucking amazing. That shit's super fun. So yeah, I mean, I also haven't done bar pong in a long time, but shit, I didn't do battles for a long time. And then I came back in and your boy still got it. So I'm imagining I still rap, obviously. So I think I still got bar pong chops. I was never the best, but I was never the worst either. So boom. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Mike Masters. Get a rumble going. Fuck, that's another thing I really tried to give to the world and nobody wanted it. Just take a rumble. Do the rumbles. Do bar pong. We did all this cool shit. And then once we stopped doing it, it stopped happening. Don't make no sense. Rumbles, concept, it's fucking there, man. And it's a concept that existed already that I modified. So it's not even like we invented the rumble. We just like shaped the rumble to be something. Who was the best at bar pong? Caustic, in your opinion, who was the best at bar pong? I think Fredo is up there. Lush was really good at fucking bar pong. Lush was really good at bar pong. I think if Lush played as much as the rest of us, he would be like the best because he just has that kind of word association brain. Um, who else? Like I feel like a lot of us were good, and then there was a few of us that were just never miss. And yeah, yeah. No, Fredo he's like one or two. You know what I mean? And then if I can't think who two is, then he's probably one. So yeah. Some people are just they got it like that. You know who would have been amazing at bar pong was Anecdote from Australia. We were playing a version of bar pong in Australia in like 2011 in a cab. Me and Anecdote and Thesaurus and Madness, and Anecdote was just destroying all of us. Like he could just continually rhyme the same thing over and over again. Really good at like finding multis. So, I don't think Cody was always good too. Cody was always good. Cody like never miss. Yeah, and then yeah, like I said, like Caustic, he beat me when we did the actual like serious one. Bar pong got less love than I can't. Something's in the way of that. Then GAWR song. What? Oh, what are you talking about, Ryan? But yeah, missed bar pong. Good times. Frack was good at bar pong. Anybody who sat at the table was good at bar pong. But some people, I feel like there were standouts. So. Oh, I get what you're saying. Oh, you're talking about Guar. I think it's GWAR. There you go. I was like, what? Yeah, Guar. Nobody's ever just listening to Guar, right? But boy, did people love to watch Guar. That's a good bar pong analogy. Probably not great to listen to, but amazing to watch. Yeah, I mean, fuck, I missed the show. I also miss Saturday morning cartoons. But I could still go watch like a 90s Saturday morning cartoon block, and you could still go watch the show. There's fucking 8 years of it on the internet. Doesn't mean we should bring it back. You know what I mean? Ultimately, once you get into that realm of like, oh, well, let's bring this back or let's bring that back, it's like you're operating kind of desperately. You know what I mean? Because there's no way we're ever going to like kind of recapture that magic, especially not as like dudes in our 40s. You know what I mean? But doesn't mean we can't podcast and have fun. But I think huge disservice to anybody involved if we called the shit the Dirtbag Dan Show and then tried to run it like the Dirtbag Dan Show. And let's be honest about the Dirtbag Dan Show. It changed all the time. All the fucking time. It started out, it was like news about battle rap, and then like we moved away and just did our own thing. And then when the Moist Mob came in, it became a way more like visual thing with like, it was something that like changed and grew over time. And then one day died, just like everything does, just like you and I will one day. So, enjoy it. It exists still in the world, but I don't think bringing it back is the answer. You know what I mean? I remember there was this dude Fritz from out here, and his whole thing was like bring back hip hop. And I always thought that was like, dude, hip hop didn't go anywhere. Why are we got to bring it back? And why is it you that's going to bring it back? That's kind of like condescending or like martyrish or whatever. I don't know. Shouts out to Fritz. I wonder what that dude's doing. Holy shit. He said, AB said, gotta innovate. Start a battle league that allows fights like hockey. Yo, that would be tight. I mean, or not, or it would be not tight at all. One of the two, to be honest. Yeah, I think like I want to bring this culture along this dog saving mission with me because I've watched battle rap as a community get together and do great things, and like we could save a bunch of dogs, man. We could save a whole bunch of fucking dogs. So I think that's what I'm focused on, is figuring out a way to uh pull people into this dog saving mission I'm on and then give them that feeling. I want to give y'all this fucking feeling that I got. I think that would be cool. Not me. I definitely don't want to live forever. But I wish these fucking dogs would. And I'll tell you, like I had to do a lot of growing between the end of the Dirtbag Dan show and then like the guy who you see sitting here in front of you today. I would argue that they're radically different people in a lot of ways. And not just like because I do different shit now. Like I feel like I changed a lot as a person. My the things I think are important, the things I care about, my values, I think have changed quite a bit. I think that I was and that in the past I thought that I was operating in a way that was selfless, and it really wasn't. I think that I felt as though people around me were being selfish because they weren't contributing to like a team effort thing that I was trying to build. But in reality is like I wanted people to do shit to build the whole, but it's like that's me wanting something from someone. That's not being selfless. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to truly figure out how to be of service to my community, to a community, to anybody in a way that wasn't self-serving, in a way that wasn't like me trying to, you know, I don't know, like captain a ship or whatever the fuck. Like at the end of the day, being selfless isn't about pointing fingers. You know what I'm saying? And being of service isn't about recognition. So I had to go and learn that the hard way. And I feel like now, like I said, like I feel like now I can coordinate and take people on this ride and we could save a bunch of dogs together, and it don't have to be about me and it don't have to be about us, and we could just do something cool. You know what I mean? And like no pressure, like just make something positive happen. I think that's possible, and that's what I'm working towards. So I hope that makes sense to folks. You know what I mean? I lost a lot. My fucking dad dying fucked with me, and I didn't realize how bad for a long time. But he was a big part of my life, and he was like my best friend. He was the reason we stopped doing the podcast at the house and the catalyst for things moving in a direction that I thought was bad when it was happening. You know, I thought I was losing things, but in the end, like I gained a relationship with my dad that I didn't have before, or at least like not as strong of one. And then, you know, after he left to go fucking do his leaving Las Vegas thing, and then, you know, he's gone, I wouldn't have changed that shit for the world. So yeah, that changed me a lot. It's just just have different values, feel differently. Used to operate with a lot more bitterness, I think. And I don't have much of that anymore. I'm not fucking, you know, a saint in that I don't like get upset and angry, and I don't feel like things, but now I can recognize my feelings for what they are and put them in check, you know what I mean? Like, and not be run by them or whatever. Just growing up stuff. I'm sure y'all are y'all have been doing the same thing, you know? And I think that largely my personality hasn't changed, but like who I am as a person, I think has changed quite a bit. So um it would be crazy to just go back and be like, oh, Dirtbag Dan show. It's like, dude, I don't even think Dirtbag Dan is here anymore. He's gone. Like there's not an ounce of that left in me. Not that like, and shit, I did a rap battle, right? And like, how did I introduce myself? I said, hey, it's Dan from Adopt My Block. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that version of me is here anymore. You know what I mean? So, um, I'm not gonna get mad if people call me dirtbag. Like, they unfortunately, you know, I'm going to be identified at that, or fortunately, whatever. That's how people are going to identify me for the rest of my life. But man, not the same dude as I once was. I feel like I'm doing a lot with my hands. This is still this like too much energy. And if I would just, you know, if I was just dog shit high, I'd probably know exactly what to do with my hands. But that's not, you know, that's not what we want to do. So, I don't know. I think, yeah, I think I do a lot of things that are counterproductive every day. I wish I was less counterproductive, but um, I always loved that as the, you know, like you know, what's really funny is like in a way, ruin your day and counterproductive have very similar meanings. As far as like ruin your day is like waste some time with us. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I always pictured counterproductive as, is like, you know, this is a counterproductive way to spend our time. Like, come waste some time with us. So that name will stick, you know, even though for all intents and purposes, like what counterproductive was, who counterproductive was, has radically changed over the years. That I still feel like is a good enough identification of like this channel and who we are, that I don't need to change it. But you see, it says AMA with Dan. It doesn't say Dirtbag Dan. There's that guy, that super famous fucking YouTuber dude that did the he did a breakdown of one of our videos. He did a breakdown of the Chuck throws a bottle cap short. And he was like, CP stands for child porn, and that's a terrible name, and you should change your channel's name and logo. And you know, had no idea that that would be taken that way. So terrible. But it's not my fault that your head is in the gutter and you live in a dark internet world. To me, CP means counterproductive, and only that. So stop being gross. Jeez. Change is good, absurd. Change is good. It's good to not be the same dude for, you know, the entirety of your life. And ultimately, we all got to change a little bit from time to time. I feel like I'm happy with the way things are going right now. I really like the idea of doing the podcast or streaming or any kind of like YouTubery in the way that I've been making music for the last 5 years or whatever, which is to say that doing it to do it, doing it for fun, and then like if anything becomes successful, then that's great. But like, for instance, the music that we all made that's having success now, we didn't make it because we thought hella people were going to like it. We made it because we wanted to make something like that. You know what I mean? So like, I think that because of the nature of the channel and like the way things grew, it was hard not to put the pressure of like viewership and like wanting to be someone in this space, or like a force in battle rap media or on YouTube or whatever, like kind of came with the territory. But it's nice to just think about just streaming now for the fuck of it, for no other reason than to just to do it. Because right now the dogs are sleeping, so I don't have to be walking these fools around or going to a vet appointment or whatever. That's the best reason to podcast, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, man, and we've all known each other for quite a while at this point, man. Some of you guys have sat there, and I've sat here for well over a decade. Even with like the break, it's pretty crazy, you know. Grew up on camera like the fucking Truman Show. More true for some people than it is for others, but it's an interesting life. It's interesting to be able to go back. It's interesting to, you know, on Facebook get these 10-year, 5-year reminders of videos and be like, wow, that's okay. That's what I was doing 10 years ago. That's what I was doing 5 years ago. And sometimes it seems like a world away from where I'm at and what I'm doing now. So it is definitely different. Shut up, Liam. And, you know, maybe come out here and skate again. Next time I will be in better shape because I'm gonna, a part of the quitting smoking thing is I'm gonna start skateboarding again because I just need to do something to keep myself busy. And maybe smoking an ungodly amount of weed every single day was making me a bit lazy. I don't know. It's quite possible. So I'm thinking with the lack of that laziness, I might have more of a desire to go out and skateboard. Also, though, 40-year-old man, and fucking hurts to fall, and there's just a lot more fear associated with falling these days. So, oh yeah, you can fucking drive us to Fremont. Let's fucking do it, man. What a world. What a world. I quit smoking weed and tobacco. That's what I quit smoking. So no more inhaling carcinogens of any kind for the foreseeable future. Like I said, I'm not doing straight edge Dan shit. I've been eating weed gummies at night because I'm really afraid of having dreams. It sucks. The last time I quit smoking weed, I kept having dreams. And like, I don't even remember what I dream, but just waking up and feeling like frantic or like I don't like having feelings that I don't understand. How about that? Waking up and being like stressed about something that happened in my mind. Homie, save that shit. Let me just be stressed about real life things that are happening, you know, not like my teeth pretend falling out or whatever. You know what? I don't have enough dreaming experience to be like they're good or bad. I don't like waking up, feeling shit and not understanding why I feel that way. I don't like that. If I could just not have any dreams for the rest of my life, I'm cool with that. Let's not do that. And I guess like they stock up because when you quit smoking, they fucking hit you like a goddamn flood. So, and it hasn't happened to me yet, but like I said, I've been eating gummies and then, and actually getting some sleep, which is nice. Hey, Haddo Shrooms. Thanks, man. It's good work. I love working with dogs. I fucking love working with dogs. I love working with dogs in the way that I work with dogs, which is to say that I'm not like a trainer, or a behaviorist or a vet. That would suck. Or a shelter worker. Fucking heartbreaking. This job, it's heartbreaking. A lot, but the positives outweigh the negatives. And I really have an opportunity to make the lives of dogs and humans better. I didn't even really, the humans thing is actually like a happy byproduct because I never really thought about like how much dog rescue improves people's lives. But like, yeah, I think we've been able to have a positive impact on some humans as well, which is fucking pretty cool, man. You know what? I have positive interactions with people all the time. And from like a decade of, you know, almost every day, a little negativity, to like almost none of that is quite different, feels good. It makes you wonder why people want to operate negatively or why people want to put negative energy in the world when it really like it's coming back. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I think I was definitely like in a cycle of putting out negativity and then, you know, playing just a nice game of catch with negativity. Just put some out in the world, take it back, put it back out, take it back, um, every day. And I don't think I do too much of that anymore. Most of the time, we're just putting positivity out in the world, and whether it comes back or not doesn't fucking matter. That's the best part. I think is that you just you don't. It doesn't have to be a give and take. And that when you figure that out is when you really get to a place of uh, I don't know, comfort, I suppose. It's where I'm living now and it's where I like to be. Yeah. Oh, I didn't say anything super important, Caustic. Fucking stoked to sit here and build with y'all, man. This is fun. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to operate this shit by myself, but I clearly can. So, Ryan's gonna come by later this week, and we're gonna do another podcast. Like I said, I'm gonna try and get Cody on here uh, this week. We've been doing this thing where I go there to record, and then he comes here, and we do writing and fucking kind of build on what we want to do next, and then I'll go back there and record and all that shit. So, it's cool. Not Death Dealer stuff. I don't even know who that is. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah, no doubt. Um, I don't know. I I probably wouldn't be back here without dogs for sure. I think that the reason that I'm motivated to get back out in this space and reconnect with this community that I developed this relationship with over the course of 15 plus years is because I want you guys to help me save some dogs. That's why I'm fucking here, man. Let's go. Um, yeah, you know what? AB, we're not gonna have a schedule. Um, we're just gonna try to stream more often. And yeah, I think that being like West Coast guys and then streaming like West Coast at night definitely excluded some people from being able to be a part of live streams. I'm going to try to do like something like this, just solo once or twice a week, every week. We've been streaming on Sundays, on Sunday afternoons lately. That just seems to be the day that worked the best. It was the holidays and Ryan was coming through and UPS, you know, they got the boy working. So, but I think this week we'll probably do Saturday. I don't know. Like I said, no schedule, man, but chances are if you see a live stream, great, join in. If you miss it, there'll be one waiting for you that you missed because we're going to try and be as consistent as possible. And by we, I mean me, because I can't put that shit on anybody else. And it's officially back in the garage now, you know, my place of work. This is where I run my business, you know, not just the like dog rescue, but the dogs are dope business. This is where we keep all the merchandise and my shipping station and everything. So I'm in here all the time. Shouts out to everybody who's picked up some dogs are dope merch. I really appreciate that shit. 100% of the proceeds go towards helping local pups in need, and it's pretty fucking cool stuff. We sold a shitload on the back of the Carter Deems battle. We sold a shitload at the event. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Like I'm saying, that was one of those things where I was like, oh yeah, fuck. I would do hella more battles if I could. Realistically, ain't fucking time for that shit. That battle worked out because it was the perfect time, place, and opponent. Carter, fun for me to write for. Somebody who I hadn't battled yet. Somebody who I knew we were gonna have like a entertaining matchup with. It was happening in Oakland, which means like I didn't have to travel because realistically, like I could leave for a few hours here and there, but I can't be gone for a weekend or a week anymore. Like that shit don't work. And then when it happened, also, it was like a time where I didn't have, like a litter of puppies at home or a bunch of different rescue events scheduled. Like it was a perfect opportunity for me to like focus on writing and then do a battle event. And that whole event, I was there selling merch and trying to spread that good word. So it worked out. It was fun. Shouts out to Carter. We're gonna get him out here to do a comedy set at a fundraiser event that we're planning later this year. I'd like to do like a big variety show kind of thing, and I definitely like to have Carter doing stand up because I feel like he's the most currently of all the battle rappers, he's like the most active and accomplished in the world of comedy. Um, could be wrong about that, but I don't think I am. I think he is. I see him working almost every weekend, multiple times throughout the week. Always and I remember doing that for a while, and like what that means when you're in that world, you're at your sharpest, and definitely, he's always been a fucking funny dude. I don't know that this is true, but I feel like his first stand-up set ever was the bars over jokes thing that we did at the LA event back when the bunker existed. I don't know that that's true. He probably maybe had done like a stand-up set or two before. Definitely like that was his first like feature set, and really cool to be a part of that. You know what else? First fucking heavy spoilers. Shout out to my boy Definition, who is a regular supporter of the rescue. He donates. Fucking means the world to me, man. He, if you guys don't know, runs a YouTube channel, Heavy Spoilers. He's one of the fucking dudes in that world of hyper analyzing comic book movies or whatever the fuck, movies in general. But I think the first videos he ever made for YouTube was for the Dirtbag Dan show. So it's pretty crazy to have like these people got their start on our little fuck around channel. And especially with Def, it's like, bro, that fool's got like, hell of subscribers, million view videos all day long, talking about fucking Spider-Man, No Way Home. Salute my guy. Very impressive. I remember this fool had my fucking battle against him pulled off the internet because he was trying to be a teacher or something, and that shit pissed me off because I was like, homie, I don't give a fuck what you're trying to do with your life. I flew all the way to fucking Canada to call you a dickhead. Like that shouldn't disappear because you want to do something different. But it was what it was. And then, I'm glad that he transitioned into a YouTube personality so that battle still gets to exist on the internet. And what's fucking funny is I think that much like the Death Dealer shit, 95%, maybe even more, in his case, 99% of the people who watch Heavy Spoilers have no idea that Paul was a battle rapper and that there's like a bunch of rap battles of him on the internet, which is pretty fucking cool. And I'm hoping one day he gets into a rap battle with one of these other spoiler channels and fucking just dog walks them because they don't know what they're getting into. So yeah, shouts out to Paul. But yeah, I was watching what, like I was saying, one of those, 10 years ago or whatever, things came up on Facebook and it was Caustic. It was, remember when Definition used to do the shit on the show, and me and Caustic were battling Shuffle T and Marlo. And we were like, yeah, dude, send us a video and we'll play it on the show. These fucking idiots. So they sit down with Definition and they send us a video of them talking shit to us. And then we just cut their voices out and dubbed over the top. I'm a little British. Like they're just talking shit in bad accents. Oh my God. So funny. Incredible. Yeah, that's like, I feel like that's among some of the first like YouTubery that he was involved in, and he's a huge YouTube guy now. How about that shit? I hear my girl over there barking. She's pretty upset. Let's see how long I've been going for.
Incredible.
Okay, yeah, we did an hour. I'm gonna wrap it up. You hear this fucking dog barking over here? This is a doodle. Her name is Lady. Let me show you a picture of Lady. God damn, she's beautiful. We don't get a lot of doodles. This is the first doodle I've ever had. Um, they are a designer breed of dog. Fucking stupid. It's a mutt, dude. And people they like to act like this is not a mutt. Homie, that's a mutt. That's what happens when you mix. Come on. Beautiful. She's fucking gorgeous. But regular grooming every 4 to 6 weeks. You got to brush her every day. And she's kind of stupid because as a result of like breeding for looks, you get these really kind of ditzy dogs. But not an ounce of aggression in her body, just a loving soul. And she has an adoption meeting on Wednesday. I'm sure she's going to get adopted. So, hey, man, it was fucking great kicking it with y'all. Caustic, hit me up, man. When you got time, whenever you got time, come through and we'll do a little pod. And you could fill all these fools in on what you got going on. Because that, I think, more than anything, like whenever anybody asks me, they're like, what's this fool doing? Or what's this fool doing? Or why don't you? It's like, no one's going to be able to do a better job of explaining to you what they got going on than them. And realistically, like not everybody is going to come here, want to come here, or have the time to come here. But anybody who does, fucking open door policy, especially if, like Caustic, you're one of the folks who has made this channel great over the last, 10, 15 years. And man, there's a lot of fucking people on that list. This has always been a group effort. And there's so many people, way too many to name individually, that have been a part of making this an entertaining channel. So we'd like to get some of those people to come back and let you know what they got going on. Open door policy. Love you, motherfuckers. Shouts out to Irish Rasta, man. My man fucking learned how to skateboard in the craziest way. It's like watching an alien learn how to skateboard just on a planet by himself. So cool. And now, like, I'm pretty sure he would whoop my ass in a game of flat ground skate. That's fucking crazy. That's insane. Shouts to you. Much respect. Everybody who came through here, everybody who fucking chopped it up with us today. Questions for your boy, man. I fucking love you guys. Yes, the Frank Stacks dub over the Ilmac freestyle, also incredible. Stacks, I'm sure will come by. We'll get Stacks in here. Fucking A. This year, 2024, the boys are back. So how about that shit? Now I just got to figure out how to turn this off. Oh, I hit the big red button that says end stream. Peace. Yeah, end it.